Hey everybody, I want to talk about master manipulators or gaslighters. Each one of us has dealt with someone in this realm. Whether it was someone in your home, someone you went to school with, someone you're married to, someone you raised, etc. It's become more commonplace lately. These people are master manipulators. And it has sometimes to do more with moms than dads. And this is why I'm saying her and not him. Not only that, manipulators just the way it sounds. So I want to talk about gaslighting, and I looked up the definition and I'm going to read it for you. Gaslighting is a form of psychological and emotional abuse where a manipulator makes someone question their own memory, perception, the perception of reality, or sanity. The term originates from the 1938 play and 1944 film Gaslight, in which a husband subtly dims the gaslights, but convinces the wife she is hallucinating. Gaslighters often use a consistent form or pattern of manipulation to gain power and control over their victims. They deny events, shift blame, trivialize feelings, countering, etc., etc., etc. Over time, it erodes the victim's confidence and self-esteem. So if you like me, and don't get me wrong, and I'll be the first to admit, when my oldest daughter left and came back, she said I was mean and yelled at them, etc., and they had been afraid of me, and I said I was sorry, and I thought we resolved and moved on and lived together. And after my youngest moved out, I haven't heard anything from her but a letter of no contact. When I tried to send toys, she replied and said, please do not contact us again, etc. And that's all I've heard from her. So I have not necessarily been on the receiving end as a parent of gaslighting. But in my home, when it came to my mother, and as a teenager or young adult, I would say, Mom, I just want to address this with you. I remember XYZ very clearly when I was a teen. And she would say, I don't remember that, or it never happened. So I have had experience in this realm. But there's a lot of parents who have been dealing with gaslighting when it comes to their own children, and their own children will say, well, you did XYZ, and you as a parent who has primarily a sane mind will say, I just don't remember that, and you're being completely honest. And chances are maybe you forgot. But over time, it can make you feel batshit crazy where you're thinking, is what they're saying true? Is that real? Did that really happen? And it makes you question your sense of reality. So I just want to say, if someone brought something to my attention that I recalled, which I normally do, I would, and it hurt their feelings, I would say, I'm really sorry. I did not mean to hurt your feelings. But people who are gaslighters will not only make up stories, but when you rebut and you say, I remember it this way, a lot of times they'll say, that's not how it happened. So even though we have our own versions of the event, chances are you may not come to a resolution. So stop allowing your sons and daughters to come at you with a laundry basket full of stuff, full of dirty clothes or your dirty laundry, which may or may not be true. If you don't remember, say, I'm sorry, I don't recall. If you do and you feel bad about it, apologize. And if it's something that happened that was unintentional or an accident, say, oh, I didn't realize this affected you because it was an accident. And for that, I acknowledge that. But I truly apologize for things that I know in situations I've done someone wrong. But if it was an accident, I'll say, oh, that was an accident. I can acknowledge that, but and if you need an apology, I'll say I'm sorry. But that's as far as it goes. And after I apologize, all is said and done, we're not going to talk about this again. And that's just the way it is. So don't allow your children to gaslight you, or worse, manipulate her. And that's all there is to it. I will be back.